This video demonstrates two techniques for retrieving an underimplanted iStent Infinite. The first is an ab externo technique whereby the stent is placed on the corneal surface in preparation for reloading on the injector. The stent is retrieved from the anterior chamber using a micro retinal forceps. The stent can be grasped either from behind, or if the stent is positioned side on, it can be grasped across the neck. Right here I'm demonstrating positioning the stent side on and grasping it from the side and retrieved. It's then placed on the cornea, which has viscoelastic on the surface. Sometimes the stent becomes embedded in the viscoelastic, so a second instrument is required to disengage it from the tip of the forceps. In this case, a dryer style is used. And then we can see the stent sitting on the corneal surface there. It's then positioned with the back of the stent facing the surgeon, and the natural curvature of the cornea is used so that it sits in a flat position, and then the trocar is carefully introduced to the lumen from behind, and the stent re-threaded onto the injector. Once it's in place, the injector is positioned back into the anterior chamber, the trocar engaged through the trabecular meshwork into the location where the stent is to be deployed, and then the trigger fired to release the stent as seen here. The second technique to observe is the ab interno technique, whereby the stent is left in the anterior chamber and re-threaded onto the trocar. In this case, there's partial implantation of the stent, and as I am trying to improve the position of the stent so that its head is fully within the Schlemm's canal, the stent is inadvertently dislodged, as seen here. So whilst the stent is suspended in the viscoelastic, it's rotated so that the back of the stent is facing the surgeon, and then the trocar is gently introduced into the lumen. It's then placed up against the trabecular meshwork in the area in which it's to be implanted, and then the trigger deployed again.